my name is Sarah and today I'm coming at you with a pin mail video. So I trade online. I've mentioned this in previous videos, and I have a few pins that just came in the mail this last week that I wanted to show you. It's a smaller haul, so I also have a couple of goodies that I picked up at my local Disney store. So it'll be a bit of a different haul, but let's get right to it. So I've already actually taken the pins out of their envelopes just because the way that the envelopes were written on, I didn't want to accidentally show anyone's address. So I'm going to start with these pins here. They're wrapped in bubble wrap. There's 2 of them. Now, I would really recommend if you're sending pins in the mail that you should put your pins on a little bit of a backer card, because these can really, if they're just pinned to the bubble wrap, they can actually bang into each other. So I have here a really cute Rapunzel pin, and she is really sparkly. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera. Now, I don't collect Rapunzel yet, but the person I traded this with really wanted a pin that I had, and they didn't really have anything that I wanted, but I decided to just trade for something so that they could get the pin that they really wanted. Now, the second pin that I have here is actually kind of interesting. It is a Chip and Dale pin. And if you look really, really close at this, you'll notice that actually on, I think it's Dale's cheek. Hang on, let me look at it. Yeah, Dale's cheek. So Dale being the one with the red nose. There's actually an error. So his cheek is actually the wrong color. Instead of being the light tan, it's that the darker brown of his body. Now, this is not a fake pin. I looked this up because I wasn't sure. You know, I thought maybe it was a scrapper, which are pins that are not released by Disney. They're Disney designs, but sold straight to the consumer, usually from eBay or things like that. This pin, though, is actually a misprint. So that's what sort of intrigued me about it. Chip and Dale is also not one of my collections, but I'm gonna hold on to this one for a little bit because I like the fact that it's a little bit off. It's not exactly at its best. Now, with those 2 pins, I also got some cute little stickers. They're sparkly, and yeah, nice little extra to have in there. There was no note with this this particular pin trade, but that's okay. You don't have to send a note. Okay, next, this person actually wrapped their pin with some foam, and it's on a card, so an actual Disney pin card, so like what you would get in the parks. Now, this pin is not sold on a backer card like this. This pin is actually from a mystery bag that you can get. So this is to help me complete my set of the different sort of, they're made to look like football teams or, you know, whatever sporting team logos. And this one has Ursula, and of course, as a villain collector, I really wanted that one. Next, I actually have one that is pretty special. So this pin that I traded for, the woman I traded with, it was her first ever pin, and she told me, you know, now she sort of moved in a different direction with her collecting, but it was a very special pin to her, and so I really, I'm gonna treasure this pin for a really long time. It's wrapped actually really well. I'm trying to get it out of the bubble wrap. It doesn't have a backer card, but because she's taped it shut, it's a little bit safer than the first pins that I showed you that were just sort of pinned to the bubble wrap and then just left loose. Okay, here we go. So this pin is actually Madame Mim. There we have it, Madame Mim from The Sword and the Stone, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. I loved watching it as a kid, and I just bought the Blu-ray a couple of years ago, and I've watched it a number of times since. And I love Madame Mim. It always makes me think of my mom, which might sound kind of weird, but my mom got this really bad haircut once, and when she came home from the hairdresser, my dad said she looked like Madame Mim, and then from then on, me and my sisters always used to joke that, that my mom was Madame Mim. So a very meaningful pin, and I collect Sword in the Stone, which I don't have a huge collection because there's not that many pins out there, and I mostly just trade. I don't buy pins, so that was the last pin from my pin mail this time around. Oh, and there were some stickers actually. I'll show you those. It's a couple of big stickers with that last envelope. So it was a smaller haul. Here in Canada, our postal service, Canada Post, is potentially going on strike soon. So a lot of people online haven't been as willing to trade recently, and I myself actually haven't done any trades in the last week or two, just because I'm worried that if I put something in the mail and they go on strike, that could then potentially get lost, and that would be really bad. So there might not be any more pin mail videos for a while, but that's okay. I've got some other ideas. I think I might show you some of my pin collections coming up in future videos, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, to add to this video, I also wanted to show you a couple of things that I got from the Disney store, one of which is actually a pin set. So a lot of people have been collecting these. These are the Mickey Memories, and this is the set for this month. He's all twisted around, but I can't get him to twist back. So this is the 90s set, and I don't actually know why I bought these. I haven't been collecting these. It just so happened that last Saturday I was at the mall where the Disney store is, doing some other errands, and I popped in there and they had them on sale, or not on sale, they were selling them. That was the release date, and they still had some left, and I don't know why, but I just decided to buy them. So the next thing is actually not a pin or pin related, it's a tsum tsum. It's a Maleficent dragon tsum tsum. And I collect tsum tsums, particularly villain tsum tsums, attraction tsum tsums, and Star Wars tsum tsums. Though I haven't really seen as many tsum tsums come out at my local Disney store lately, but this one I had to get because I already have the dragon tsum tsum, but this one is a 2-for-1 deal. So if you turn it inside out, and then I gotta fix the Velcro at the bottom here, you get Maleficent as a person instead of a dragon. So I had to get this tsum tsum. It was twice as expensive, and you can actually see the card here. It was $13.95 in Canadian, or it would be $9.95 in the US. And so that was pretty pricey for a tsum tsum, because usually they're like $5. But it was super cute, and I had to get it. So that's it for my pin mail this week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I have new videos coming out every week, pin videos and vlogs, as well as some other tips and tricks for visiting Disney World. And if you're interested, you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Just search Days Till Disney and you should be able to find me. Did you get any pin mail this week? I'd love to hear about it. If you did, drop it in a comment below. I would just love to have a conversation with all of you Disners out there who are following along. And please stay tuned, because as I said, we've got more great Disney content coming your way. Have a great day.